Okay, welcome back. Let's finish off the remaining things for this one, for this concept. Let me share the screen. Okay, so we have this concept of infix to postfix. In this scenario, we have a parenthesis here. You can see. So, when coming to mathematics also, when you have a parenthesis, it's a clear indication that you have to do this operation first. So if this is the thing in infix to postfix conversion, in this scenario, we have to take plus, right? Because the left hand side, plus and minus are having the same operator precedence and the left hand side is given importance. So we take this as AB plus minus D. And then if we take this as one entity and this one as one, like two are operands, we will have AB plus D minus. But this is not the case. In this case, you have A plus B minus D, right? So I have clearly given a bracket here. Upon looking it, because we have eyes to look at this page, we can just identify that wherever parentheses is there, then definitely it should be given importance. So what I will do, A plus BD minus. This is what I will do. But anyway, removing parenthesis means it will become the Polish postfix notation. So BD should be given importance because they have parentheses. So we are expecting this to be finished first and this answer should be added to the A. So now if you take this one as one operand and this one as one operand, you will have A, B, D minus plus. So the Polish postfix notations are purely unambiguous. If there is an infix notation, if you give parentheses or brackets to indicate the division, they are purely unambiguous. But if you don't give any brackets or parentheses, they definitely land up as ambiguous expressions. So, if there are parentheses, still, how do you convert that into postfix? Because to reduce ambiguity, computers started to convert them into postfix expressions so that this postfix expression can be sent to the CPU for execution. So if there are parentheses, if you don't do the same thing, as I said, computers are not intelligent. They follow the pattern. They follow the pattern definitely. For example, there is a Tesla car. Tesla is said to be intelligent, but what is that intelligence? It's not really the intelligence that we expect in the sci-fi movies. It's based on the sensors and based on the image processing, it starts moving the car. And there are patterns because America is having most of the roads are having the borders like white lines which are clearly radium in the night and also in the morning. They are clearly visible. Tesla car can go happily. But let it come to India, what will happen? In India, even dogs will cross the zebra crossing. No humans will try to cross it. We generally cross during the green light signal of a traffic. We cross or walk slowly and happily in the middle of the road, crossing across that particular junction. Takes a lot of time, but still we walk like that. See, Tesla car cannot work in India. By the launch, by the time whenever somebody buys in the shop, by the time they come on outside to the road and they just start their autopilot, immediately it will crash somewhere. This is all because they follow the pattern. If CPU is too intelligent to detect, okay, if it is parenthesis, though I can execute infix, and if there are no parentheses, then only convert to postfix. It's not possible in computer. Either with parentheses or unambiguous expressions or ambiguous expressions, there is only one notation they will do, is either postfix or convert to either prefix, and send it to the CPU. So the CPU starts executing only one thing. So just listen to it. A plus B parenthesis B minus C parenthesis close slash D means this should be given first importance. So let's write the same thing on paper like how we done earlier. So it should be BC minus slash D. Let us make this as X. So it will be A plus X by D. So naturally it should be given importance. So it will become A plus XD slash. Now turn it into Y. So A plus Y is nothing but AY plus, and replace Y with something else which we earlier done it. So XD slash plus. Right? What is X then? A B C minus slash, sorry, minus D, right? Minus D slash plus. This is what the expression that you get. Because we consider this as 1, right? And we consider this as 1, and finally A plus the whole thing. This is 1. So this is how you actually consider the parenthesis. Easy here. But now let us do it in using stack. Let us go back to the earlier example of stack. I want to rub all these things and make it sure that everything is clear. Right. Let me write the expression A plus B minus C slash D. So this is the expression, right? Let's go like this. Carefully observe the algorithm. Most of the times it is equal to the earlier, but we have only extra thing called parenthesis, and you need to change the code for that. So first of all, we go to the first element of the string. Naturally, it's an alphabet. So there is no problem for me. I just increase the top and put it into the expression stack. Next we come to plus. And naturally, when plus is waiting here, nothing is there so that you can enter it. So nothing is there to compare. So plus can be entered into it. Next we come to parenthesis. Now you listen. When you see a open parenthesis waiting here for entry, you need to understand that open parenthesis can sit on anything and anything can sit on open parenthesis. These rules are looking like chess game, right? We say that our queen or the minister can go any direction, anywhere, and kill anywhere, anyone. But for remaining things, we have a lot of restrictions. Like that, your open bracket can sit on anybody, and anybody can sit on open bracket. So you can just finally push it inside the stack. Open bracket, that's fine. Now your counting starts. Until you find the closed bracket, there is no stopping for you. You can keep on pushing or popping out based on the previous rules that you have. But if you find closed bracket, then I will say what to do. Next we come to capital B. Increase this one because we have to put this in expression stack and put B here. Next minus. This is an operator. Because any operator can sit on open parenthesis, it is possible for you to just push minus inside the stack. Okay, you have pushed it. Now the next thing that you got is C. It's also an expression, so we can put C here in the expression stack. And the next element that you read is closed bracket. Then comes the legend. So when closed bracket is waiting for entry, it should not be entered, because it is guaranteed that when closed bracket is coming, somewhere else we have an open bracket. So simply what we need to do, until we find the open bracket, you need to pop out. You know what is pop out, right? Before you pop out, you copy that one into the next location of your expression stack like this. And closed bracket need not be accommodated into this expression stack. Just again pop out. That's all. So first of all, you need to push all the things that you find until close open bracket is found. When the top is now facing open bracket, don't do anything. Don't push it into the expression stack. Just pop it out. That's all. For remaining all operators, you have to push them into the expression stack. But for the open parenthesis, you should not push it and just pop it. So our stack is now holding only plus operator. Next, coming to slash symbol. When this slash symbol is coming, slash symbol is waiting here for an entry. And remember, where is top? Plus, right? So naturally, slash is having higher precedence and hence slash is elder to plus. So according to our rule, we can easily accommodate slash because slash can sit on plus. So just increase your this thing top and push slash. What is the last one? The last one is D, right? So just increase your top, put D here. That's the end of this thing. So now, as I said earlier, after your expression ends, pop one by one. When you're popping one by one, you're actually pushing them inside this one. Again, pop it. And hence you are pushing plus here. I think this is the answer that we got earlier. And let us see that what are the things that we consider for the next equation. So if possible, we will go a little bit complicated one so that you can understand again. I want a huge expression to be done. So I will have something like this. If I have A plus B minus C into D, right, plus E. So this is what I want. So let's do this program. So let us see how it will work. I think we have a sub-problem in a problem. When B minus C into D is coming, what should be happening there? So this itself says that the asterisk should be given more importance. So it is B minus CD star and next BCD star minus. This should be happening here, right? And then we will give it to this plus. So it will be A, B, CD star minus plus. After that, E will come and plus will go there. I think this should be the expression. Just correct me if possible. A, B, C, D star minus plus E plus. I think this is the postfix expression. Can you just verify and tell me? Write it on paper and tell me.
Yes, it is correct.
Okay, fine. Let's go back. So now we will go to A. Because A is an alphabet, let's come and push it into the expression stack. Now we go to plus. Because this is the first one to enter, we put plus here. Not a problem. Now we go to this one. So there is no problem that it can sit on anybody, any operator, and any operator can sit on parenthesis. That's fine. Now we go to B. Because B is an alphabet, so I am not applying any logic. I am just using the rules and doing it like how the computer is doing. So it should come with the same answer. Next we go to minus. So already your counting starts now. So what does the minus do? It can easily sit on that. So you just put minus here. So your operator stack is much more racing than this one. So you have C. Just increase this one and put C here. And you have star. So this has to be kept. Okay, now tell me what should happen to the star. Can star sit on minus? Yes or no?
Yes,
That's
yes.
all. Yes, it can sit because star is having higher precedence than minus, and hence star is elder than minus. So elder can sit on anger. So you can just increase it. There is no need to push anything, and you just put star here. And the next one is D. So D should enter here. So put D, push D into the expression stack. Next one is closed parenthesis. So when you see closed parenthesis, now just pop it out until you find out open parenthesis. So now each one you pop it. You know what, how to pop it. You just copy that and put it there. That means you are pushing, you are popping out from operation stack and pushing the same thing into the expression stack. So you got your star, and next again pop it, and then you got your minus, right? You got your minus, and then you have seen this open parenthesis, do nothing, just again pop it. That's all. You have only plus remaining with you. Okay, after that you come back and read the remaining elements of a string. You got plus. When plus is waiting here to be entered, remember that the left plus is greater than the right plus. So this right plus is younger and the left plus pointed to by the top is the elder. You cannot do that. So what you do, you just pop it again. You know how to pop it. So this plus is now pushed into the expression stack. And the plus that is already waiting is now to be pushed into the operator stack. That means, so we are pushing it now. So already existing plus will go away into the expression stack and the new operator will come into the operator stack. The last one is E. So you have to increase your arrow. Now you go to E, right? And that's all. That's the end of the expression. So now pop out what you have remaining. Top to minus 1. You have to pop in the sense that top to minus 1. These are already erased, of course. So in memory they stay, but they are garbage. They are not used anymore. So your stack is having only plus. So just pop it out. Pop it, and you push that popped one into your expression stack. I think that's the answer that we got, right? So what you do using join operator or the join function, you can simply convert the whole stack. If possible, what you do is you take from 0 to top plus 1 and put it into an answer list. Okay, and then using join, you join the entire answer list, which will now become a string. A B C D asterisk minus plus E plus will now become a string, which is from a list or a stack. And then you can just print it or return it if there is any question that is asked in the competitive programming. So this is how you can simply perform the infix to postfix operations. And now I will give you some time to just perform these operations, modify your code in such a way that you are accommodating your parentheses also. So after that, I will tell you how to do the prefix, infix to prefix. Okay, just look into this. Now I'll just explain you how you can do this one. Of course, I am doing the trial on the screen share itself. Okay, this is called infix, right? This is called postfix, right? And this is called prefix. Okay, so plus operator in the front and operands at the back is prefix because you are putting it in pre. Here you are putting it in post, and here you are putting it in. So that is the reason they are called infix, postfix. So post operands is the pre operands. Okay, so that means you are putting in between the operands, post operands, pre operands. Before you write operands, you are putting plus. Now let's see how do you evaluate this one. Let us consider this simple example, a plus b. What I do generally is I reverse it. It will come as b plus a. Okay, and then I do the same postfix operation on it. The postfix operation will give you b a plus, right? And now after getting the string, reverse it, and the final answer for you is plus ab. This is how you will get it. Now let's do a little bit of complication here. A plus b minus c. The postfix operation will give you ab plus c minus. Now let's go to the prefix. This is the postfix operation. Now let's go to this one. So we have a reverse of this. Reverse in the sense it will be c minus b plus a. This will be the reverse of that string, right? C minus b plus a. Now do the postfix operation on it. It will be c b minus a plus. This is what you will get. Just reverse it again. Plus a minus bc. This is your final answer for the prefix. You can just test it out. That's what I have tested. I don't know how many of you have seen. So this is what you are doing earlier. So there is a code with you if you have already done, like how you can do a postfix operation to get this expression. Just reversing the final postfix operation is nothing but your prefix. So you have to do two reversing. This is the original string I am giving. You need to reverse it to form this string. Using this string, you do postfix operations. Finally, convert the stack list into the string like this. Again, reverse it to form this string. So you are doing two reverse operations and you are working on 4 strings. And this is your final prefix prefix expression. And somebody might ask me what happens if I had like this a plus b minus c, earlier example, divided by d. While reversing, don't use just reverse for this parenthesis. You have to write a little bit of code to do that. Let us see how you can do it. You take each one from the end. When there is a closed bracket, because you want a reverse, make it into open. Then C minus B. Then because this is open, turn it into closed braces. Then plus, then A. Now you perform postfix operation on it. Whatever answer that you get will be like this. Maybe if you convert this, it will be CB minus. Okay, slash will be next given importance. So D minus slash. Next plus will be given importance, A plus. I hope this will be correct. And reverse this string, that will come like this. Plus A slash minus B, C, D. This is what your prefix expression. Okay. When I give a string like this, you reverse it in such a way that the in brace remaining all will be equal, but the braces only should be reversed. If you encounter closed, you turn it into open. If you encounter open, you turn it into closed. So this is a reverse operation I'm performing, forming a string. Do the postfix operation on this particular one and you will get this string. Again reverse it. So finally you will get your prefix string. Easy. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay, carry on. Okay, then we will end the session now. Bye bye.